What's going on, everybody? Howard Bender here from Fantasy Alarm. It's Monday, which means it's time for some Monday Night Football and Monkey Knife Fight prop games. Now, if you haven't been playing on Monkey Knife Fight, I don't know what you're waiting for. You just don't like money, apparently, because we've been killing it over there, and you could be too. So let me tell you, if you haven't gone over there yet, do it now. FantasyAlarm.com/MKF. Use that promo code ALARM. You'll get yourself a deposit match up to $100. Plus, they'll give you a free $5 game just to enter for signing up. So again, FantasyAlarm.com/MKF, promo code ALARM. Now, we got a great game tonight here between the 49ers and the Rams in San Francisco. Well, the hope is that it's not a blowout like we saw with so many of these Week 10 games on Sunday. Now, these two teams have played each other obviously pretty well in the past. 49ers have actually won the last 4 straight with a scoring differential average of less than a touchdown. So with that 50-point over-under, we're hoping for some really nice action tonight, and that's going to help yield some points and yards for you for Monkey Knife Fight. Let's start off with our first contest here. That's right, it's the more or less, and that's just basically taking two players with their props, whether it's passing yards, receiving yards, whatever it might be, and just going over or under, more or less. We're going to hit the quarterbacks here. Start off with Matthew Stafford, 280.5 passing yards. Now, Stafford's averaged over 310 passing yards in each of his last 3 outings. Now, he does lose Robert Woods, but yet he does get Odell Beckham Jr. making his debut tonight. Considering the high-octane offense that we've seen here from the Rams this season, the relationship between Stafford and Kupp, the potential here with OBJ, and of course, don't forget Van Jefferson and Tyler Higbee, I'm going to err on the side of caution and say more than 280 yards for Matthew Stafford. I think they've got he's going to have to pass enough in order to hit that mark. Now, Jimmy Garoppolo's the other one, 245.5 passing yards as well. Now, I see the Rams jumping out to a lead here. That puts the 49ers in more of a passing mode, at least for the second half. And based on what we've seen from Jimmy G, who has passed over 300 yards in each of his last 2 games, I think we can see something very, very similar here. Brandon Ayuk coming into his own. He's got Deebo Samuel and, of course, a healthy George Kittle. Not to mention pass-catching running backs like Jeff Wilson and Elijah Mitchell. So 245.5 for Jimmy Garoppolo. I'm going more here as well. I think both quarterbacks finish things up in the 300 passing yard realm for tonight's action. Second game we want to look at here, the rapid fire. That's where we take 2 players. One of them gets some yardage added to their total, and we see who's going to end up coming out on top. It's Garoppolo versus Stafford here. They're giving Garoppolo an extra 35.5 yards. So if my game flow situation comes out the way I think it will, both quarterbacks are going to come very close to each other with the passing yards, which puts me wanting to get those extra passing yards for Jimmy G. So I'm going to say Jimmy G plus 35.5 gives you over Stafford's passing yard total. The other one here, Darrell Henderson against Elijah Mitchell. They're only giving Mitchell 6.5 yards. So the question is can Henderson come out on top? Will Henderson come out on top? Will the Rams do some running later on in the game going up against the 49ers? I don't see either guy really coming out with a huge yardage total here for tonight's game. I think we definitely tilt more in the passing. So I'm going to say Henderson because of game flow. I think he'll be able to chew up the clock a little bit more late in the game. They'll give him the touches. Henderson over Elijah Mitchell, and Mitchell getting, again, 6.5 yards added. And finally, of course, it's the touchdown dance, baby. You know it. You want it. You love it. We do too. Here you go. Give me Cooper Kupp. Give me Elijah Mitchell. Give me Deebo Samuel. We haven't heard anything about a Jalen Ramsey shadow, so expect Kyle Shanahan to move Deebo around and around in order to avoid that matchup. The 3 of them, Kupp, Deebo, and Elijah Mitchell, can they combine for 2 or more touchdowns? I think they can, so let's just double our money while we got it. All right, so again, more or less, you got Stafford more than 280.5 yards. Garoppolo more than 245.5. In the rapid fire, we've got Garoppolo plus 35.5 passing yards over Matthew Stafford. We got Darrell Henderson over Elijah Mitchell plus 6.5 yards. And then again, our touchdown favorites, Cooper Kupp, Elijah Mitchell, Deebo Samuel. Once again, it's fantasyalarm.com/MKF. Promo code ALARM gets you $100, up to $100 match deposit and a free $5 game. So best of luck to you in all your contests. Enjoy Monday Night Football. I'm Howard Bender of the Fantasy Alarm, and we'll catch you next time.